Tavin will mow your grass and make it look so well. Now Tavin goes donut goals when in town he comes, getting strength for his haunches to cannonball for fun. Tavin, ramping up the holler, Tavin, trying to make a dollar, Tavin, give him a holler, he'll mow your grass today.
Hey y'all guys, welcome to the Tavin Dillard Podcast, Seasons 11's Episode 4's. You know me, I got Tavin's Lawn Care Services, mowing, edging, grass cutting legend. Seasons 11's, and we pickle booning into the middle of the month of September. If you're listening to this on the day it come out, you know it's September the 17th, and it's cooling down, y'all, but it was a hot week behind me, and we'll see how it goes. You know, people are really, they diving headfirst into pumpkin spice everything. It ain't quite fall yet, y'all guys. Yeah, I did a video last week on the pumpkin spice donut. You know, that pumpkin spice finds its way in and everything, and boy, folks like it. I mean, any kind of thing. What I'm workshopping is just what's the next big combo. But if you can cash on, you know, Mr. Pumpkin and Spice, he ain't working no more. He's like, yeah, you can use it in your donuts. Just give me $1 million. You can use it in your coffee. You can do it in your bread and all these kind of spices and any kind of food. And all of a sudden it's pumpkin spice, and that's how that go. But I got a lot to talk about today. I will say this. I got an email from Tom G. You know what he told me after last week's podcast episode, y'all guys? He said, keep standing. Remember last week I said, hey, I've been sitting and almost falling asleep. No, it ain't been almost. I dozed while I'm recording the podcast. And last week I wasn't. I was like, this might be the best one ever. Now, I don't know if it was or not, but I felt pretty good about it. And Tom said, keep standing. He said today's episode, which he's talking about last week's, was excellent. I laughed out loud when you described Brent as meeting new people and burning new bridges. Although I think he might have finally found some success as a carny. Keep up the good work. You ain't wrong about that, Tom. I mean, he knows what he's doing kindly. I mean, he knows how to buckle people in and tell them to sit still and then tell them to get back out. I don't know that he knows completely how to fix rides or nothing like that, but anyways, he ain't terrible at it. So I appreciate hearing from you. I mean, just so y'all know, I am standing today, so that's good. Let me see what I need to tell y'all. You know what I might do in the show notes today? Let's just get some housekeeping handled. The Tavin Cruise, thank y'all that checked it out last week, and I ain't seen the list of who all signed up yet, but I know coming up on September 22nd, that's just a few days away, you can go. There's a meeting like on the interweb where the folks working with the cruise line, they gonna answer your questions about the cruise. So what I'm gonna do is, if you wanna see that link, I'll put it in the show notes today for the cruise meeting, and I'll put a link for the cruise, so you can click on the link for the cruise first. That way you can read all about it, and then if you want to join the meeting, I'll have another link that'll say cruise meeting, and just make sure you got that link. And I think that's how it's going to go. Anyways, I'll try to have it spelt out pretty clearly in the show notes, but people's interested in it now, and it's really happening. Somebody messaged me, hey, is this for real? Yeah, y'all guys, I ain't joking about this. This ain't no joke. It should be a hoot of a time, don't get me wrong, but it's really happening. It ain't like something I'm making up. It's October 2025. Like I said last week, apparently, that's about 13 months away, so it take a while to plan a cruise and get people ready, or so you can get your own schedule cleared away for the time we're going to have. But it really is like the ultimate meet and greet. We out on the water, all the things that cruise ships have, this one has, but it also has me and some stuff that I'm going to be doing with my fans. So you'll see even a schedule on the Tavin, cruisewithtavin.com. You'll see kind of what every day is going to be like, so you can kind of anticipate it, plan for it, that kind of thing. So anyhow, check that out today. And I mentioned last week there's some shirts that are going bye-bye, and if you're interested, now's the time to get them. I don't know how many are left. I haven't talked to Ryan today as of this recording. like what's left. I just know that we selling them out, and then they done. That's the BO recipe, bacon only recipe shirt, turkey salmon, watermelon helmet, share it, then wear it. The butter bacon 2024 election, campaign shirt kind of thing. I said turkey salmon already. And other ones, I can't remember them. Oh, like this away, like that away, that shirt. That feels like 6. It's got to be close. Oh, and the Tavin Dillard podcast shirt. There we go. So you see, if you like clicking links in the show notes today, you'll see information for the cruisewithtavin.com for the sign up for the cruise informational meeting if you want to just get some questions answered. And then the shirts we retiring, I'm just putting a link to all the shirts. I named off the 6 that's going away, but I mean, it'll take you to every single one, the ones that are going away, the ones that ain't going away, that kind of thing. And then personal video greetings. Somebody's got a late September's birthday that you need to get a greeting for, or an October's birthday, plan ahead a little bit. Hey, looky here, I do them. In fact, I got to shoot one today. Now that I'm saying that out loud, nope, I got to shoot 2 today. Maybe I'll shoot more than that. I got a Piggly Wiggly hat this week. My buddy Sean sent it to me. I got it in the mail, and I'm wearing it right now. And I think I wore it last week in the pumpkin spice. Did I wear it in the pumpkin spice? I don't think I did. Maybe I ain't worn. Maybe I'll wear it this week when I go down to Donut Goes. I'm having blueberry cake this week. I'll just tell you right now, if you listen to this on Tuesdays, you'll probably see on Wednesdays, I got something to say about that blueberry cake donut. Anyhow, thank y'all for the feedback. I got text messages this week from y'all. Appreciate hearing from you. Feedback and all that kind of thing. Stayed pretty steady with the, posting on the interwebs. If you've seen any, what do we got going on? I mean, there's some pumpkin spice stuff really a-brewing. I posted a video, me and my buddy Dusty Slay. Dusty's a comedian, hoot of a time. I got together with him recently, saw one of his shows, and we hung out a little bit. That was a hoot. So I posted one with me and him, toward the end of last week. And, it's been busy. But right now, I mean, where I'm at, there's a softball season going on, y'all guys, and it's getting pretty serious. Okay? There is a softball season going on, and it's getting pretty serious. How serious is it getting? Well, listen, y'all guys, we played the City Workers this week, and that ain't no joke. That's PJ McGee and them boys. You know PJ McGee. One time, if you don't remember this, one time, he mows the city lawns. He works for the city. I work for the man. I work for the people that live in the city kind of thing. And he had his mower parked, and I was out at the park there, just munching on a little lunch that I had. I had a just a brown bag from the burger shed. Well, PJ had brought a bologna sandwich from home, doubled it up on that bologna. It looked pretty good, but I don't know if something went sour, if the mayonnaise is old or whatever. But he goes, well, I gotta go to the bathroom tab and I'll come back. Well, he didn't come back. So then I'm thinking, you think, first of all, you go to your little kid imagination. Maybe you go to that second, but I usually go there first. I was like, well, maybe there's a trap door in that park bathroom, and he slid away to some fantasy land where a goblin eats city workers or something like that. And I was like, well, that probably didn't happen. I don't know that for sure because I ain't been in there yet. Maybe there's a Rhinoceros Rex or something like that, hiding in the bathroom stall, looking to eat people. There's them kind of things. It's like, that probably didn't happen, but buddy, it did cross my mind. I'll just be honest, that came across my radar. I ain't saying I'm proud of it, nothing like that, but them thoughts I did have. So there's that. But then the other thing about PJ is, I said, well, maybe he just falled over or I got stuck. I don't know. You walking in to a park bathroom, them concrete floors, them stainless steel urinals and them toilets kind of thing, and you ain't expecting nothing impressive. And then if you got a buddy that's been in for a long time, you kind of worried about what you're going to see. You know about that? Like, I mean, if you ever had a friend, a kiddo, anybody, your mama, in a park bathroom, and they ain't come out for a while, and they ain't got them doors, you just kind of walk in the cinder block area, and then you got to kind of turn the corner in there and just see what's happening. You're like, what in the world am I about to see? There ain't nothing, nothing can be good. If anybody's been in a park bathroom too long, there ain't nothing good. There ain't no balloons. There ain't no surprises that you're going to like. There ain't a pony in there, like that. So, anyways, I go in there, and I kid you not, y'all guys, PJ McGee was laid out just like sleeping, just under one of them stainless steel urinals. I kid you, he's asleep. And I was like, PJ! Boy, I didn't hear him say nothing. And I was like, PJ! And it kind of echoed in that park bathroom. And I was like, PJ McGee, like did first last name on him, like that away. Boy, his eyes peeked open just a little bit. He goes, leave me alone, Tavin. It's nice and cool down here. He had his cheek pressed up against that concrete floor of that park bathroom underneath the urinal. And I was like, PJ, come on, how bad's it got to be where you'd rather stay down on that cool concrete than get up on your feet and back out there to that park bench? Surely you don't want it. Boy, I mean, he's sick. That baloney was rotten or something, tore his guts up so bad he lost his strength, and he just needed to be cooled down. I mean, it wasn't the heat of summer, but I mean, you're going to have a hard time to sell me on the concrete floor of a park bathroom, buddy. But anyway, that was a while ago. That ain't the PJ McGee now. Boy, he had all his health, and we was playing with him and his boys this week. Team Burger Shed's 8-4-1 heading into this week's game. So we've been doing pretty good. I mean, we won twice as many games as we lost. So that's going to be exciting. But firstly, before I give you the softball update, may I please let you know that it has been a busy week in town. Started in the country in my 93 Ford Ranger out at Bud's property. You know Bud. He runs a burger shed. Bud and Nita, they live out there on a big piece of land, and I am the lawn care man that has been hired to cut his lawn out there. I mean, it's more than a lawn, buddy. It's a big old property. And I get to use his riding mower, too. And so I get out there, and, he paid for the gasoline in it and all that. He keep it in good condition. Bud take care of everything he got. And I'm riding that thing. Sure enough, Nita come out, and she kind of flagged me down. About halfway through, she got sweet tea. Well, you don't say no to a sweet tea. It's a good time for a break. Part of this thing, some folks is wired differently. Like, I like to get stuff done. Don't get me wrong. I like to work hard and hit my pillow at night and earn that sleep kind of thing. But I'll tell you, I'm learning not to rush through a job. Yeah, I can get this done faster, get to the next job, get that done faster, and, the more you work, the more money you make. I get all that, but at some point, I mean, you live in your life, too. So when Nita come out with a sweet tea, I don't know where you live. I do not know where you live. But I think you know what I'm saying when I tell you, if somebody come out their house with a glass of sweet tea, you slowing down, and you taking that sweet tea, and whatever conversation they ready to have, you having that. So I'm out there on Bud's property. I cut off that riding lawnmower. I seen Nita. She hand me that thing, and we start just kind of yapping away. She tell me how she doing, how they family's doing, how they might go out of town, but they may just wait till Thanksgiving, to go visit some friends and family. And, Bud's been trying to take more breaks from the burger shed, but he love it down there, and she likes it, he loves it, and all that kind of thing. So we chatting about this and that, and then I finished that sweet tea, and I was like, well, Nita, I better crank this back up. She goes, yeah, I reckon you better, kind of thing. And she wasn't going to hold me up no longer than I needed to finish that sweet tea for, but I went ahead and handed that back to her, cranked up the mower, and I was done with that lawn in no time, and back in the 93 Ford Ranger, buddy. That's working out. I mean, that would have taken me a long time to bike it out to Bud's house, and then when I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you'll say, yeah, you couldn't have done none of that on your bike. I went out to Chet Dilroy's. They out there too, kind of a piece out into the country. Picked up some junk from their house. Chet and Gracie Dilroy. Gracie run Early Bird Gets to Perm with her sister Delandra. Chet's got mules. Does the mule rides out there. Anyhow, 2 pieces of an old swing set. Isn't a big old metal poles. You know about swing sets? Couldn't do that when I just had my bike. You give me 2 swing set posts when I had a bike, I'd say, well, enjoy keeping that, because ain't nothing I can do with it. But now in a 93 Ford Ranger, boy, I got a way to haul that. Couldn't do that in Meemaw's 91 Buick Regal neither. She wouldn't let me even if I could. So, that Ford Ranger, sure, it cost me money. That's how it works. You probably know that. But it's also making me money, is the way I see it. I mean, I just took the swing set pieces to Chancellor Park. JT Whitlow, though, he thinks he can use them poles to help stabilize that zip line he's still working on. He said he ain't giving up on it. I just put it to you like that. And, you know, that 93 Ford Ranger gets me to places that I couldn't get to before. And I can make money out there. So it's a beautiful thing. So, anyhow, I dropped off the junk and I headed to Imogene and Raymond Watkins lawn. You know about them? I know you know about them. You know what I did recently? Yeah, you do, because I told you last week. I read a chapter of my book, Team Burger Shed. And the first chapter of that book, I got a story about a visit I had with Imogene and Raymond Watkins before, because she trying to feed me a black nanner. Well, that's the house I'm at. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. I ain't going to tell the whole black nanner story again, but you can listen to my book and I'll tell it. But Raymond, he's still working on remote control planes. You know about that? Like it's a plane, but you control it with a remote. And remote control, like you got to have batteries, and I don't know how it all works, but I didn't go to school for remote control planes. But I will say that, boy, he fiddles with them, he tinkers with them, he works on them, he manipulates them and gets them to where they look how he want them to look, and they fly how he want them to fly, and then he the pilot. The way that work, if you got the remote control in your hand, and it is connected to that plane, but it ain't with a wire. It's like wirelessly, like the remote in his hand talk to that plane. Like he don't have to. That's why it's remote. Anyhow, I don't know if I can explain it. If you don't know what a remote control plane is, I tell you right now, you came to the wrong place to hear explanation today on that. Okay, so Raymond's still working on them. That's all I'm saying. He wanted to put on a show. But it was getting hot outside. Yeah, I told you it's starting to think about cooling down, but it's a hot day. And he's kind of mad at me and Imogene. He's mad at me and I'm there to mow his lawn. I ain't got time for an air show, Raymond. You know, I didn't say that out loud, but I think Imogene might have. But he was actually mad at me for not getting there earlier. That way he could have showed me. He would have had more time, you know, and I wasn't such crunched for time, you know, and he could spend some time remote control playing and, you know, and showing me kind of thing. And, you know, I took my time at not Chet Dilroy's. I got that in and out of there with that swing set. But before that, Bud and Nita's, you know, I took my time out there with that sweet tea just gabbing with her. But you can't necessarily do that every single lawn. And Imogene and Raymond, they two that I try to get in and out of anymore, because I know if I try to do that, I'm still getting out there in twice as much time, because something's bound to happen every single time. Something bound to happen every single time at Raymond and Imogene Watkins' house. Well, did anything happen today, Tavin? Well, you know what? I'm glad you asked. Imogene's mad at me for not telling Raymond that it's too hot for him to be out there showboating with his airplane. I didn't tell him to get off his own lawn. I didn't tell him to get off his own sidewalk. I was just trying to get my lawn mower ready out the Ford Ranger, and Imogene's like, why didn't you tell him to get out of here? I'm thinking, well, I don't know that that's part of my job description. You know, I'm thinking out loud like that. And, you know, you don't want to land that remote control plane on a hot blacktop, and I was cutting the grass, so he couldn't land there. So, you know, he's running into some problems right now with this remote control plane. And anyhow, he's doing whatever he's doing, kind of mad, basically, that he's figuring out he ain't going to be able to do much with his planes today based on how hot the pavement is, how busy I am in his lawn, and how neither me or his wife, Imogene, has any interest in the airplane show that he was hoping to put on. I'm sorry, Raymond, I got things to do. Imogene, she tried her hand at watercolors. You know about that? It's like artwork. So she invites me in after I mow their lawn for a glass of ice water. She make a real good glass of ice water, y'all guys, in real glasses. It ain't none of that paper plastic stuff at Imogene and Raymond's house. That ain't going to happen. And so she invited me in for a glass of ice water and basically an art show. That's basically what it was. She painted a hummingbird on a rock. It's like a regular old rock that you find in your yard, like I guess you call it a yard rock, or maybe you'd find it under a bush, or you know, next to a planter, but basically it's just a standard issued rock kind of thing. And she painted it. She painted a hummingbird on it, y'all. Pretty much looked like a hummingbird, but the neck was a little long, kind of like a giraffe-necked hummingbird, I guess. I don't know, you know, but it's art. So you just say, well, that's a beautiful interpretation of a hummingbird, but it looked like a giraffe hummingbird. So I don't know. She also did a farmer next to a barn, His torso was real tiny, and his legs was real long and lanky. But like, hey, y'all guys, Picasso wasn't trying to make his people look like real people neither. So maybe that's just Imogene's style. Long-legged farmers own rocks. Long-necked hummingbirds own rocks. I don't know. So I ain't sure Imogene's doing that on purpose. I don't know, but that's how them paintings look right now. That's what I do know. I seen them with my own eyes. She brought me in for that art show and then a glass of ice water. So I was kind of trying to drink that ice water pretty fast and sometimes, you get a brain freeze if she got too much ice in it. But I know that's like standard Imogene Raymond Watkins visiting rules 101. Like, as soon as she hand you something to drink, you just get rid of it. That way, nobody's waiting on you. You get that done, and then you see how fast you can get out that house. Because I can't do it, y'all guys. It was a long time there, is what I'm saying. The lawn got mowed, though. But then most of the time was Raymond showing me how he rebuilt a World War II remote control plane. I was not out of the woods yet. I told y'all guys, it ain't never so simple as unload your mower, mow that lawn, load up your mower. Goodbye. Never. Ever. So I got him showing me how he rebuilt this World War II remote control plane, and I got Imogene's art show going on. And then Hank Thistle, he don't live too far. He's right there on the same street. He heard I had a truck now, and he had me haul off a shelf. I was surprised he didn't burn it. Throw it on his burn pile. Burn it on his burn pile. But he wanted me to take it to Millie Ricks because she wanted it. So then I realized, okay, I see how this is going. The only reason this thing ain't on your burn pile is because you ain't taking it to the dump or some standard trashery, nothing like that. You basically wanting me to haul it down to Millie Ricks for you. So apparently Millie Ricks wanted a shelf. I don't know for what. I don't know if she got a little blanket and gonna put it on one of them shelves, and then a little Possum Keith will crawl up there and sleep like a bunk bed. I don't know, but I know she got Possum Keith still. That's her little pet possum that she says ain't his pet, but she dressed him in little tank tops and t-shirts and feed him, and he lived with her. So if that ain't a pet, I don't know what is. If that ain't a pet, I don't know what is. Well, Millie wanted me to, once I got there and unloaded this shelf, it was one that's kind of bulky, but it wasn't that heavy, and so you look strong carrying it, but it pretty light kind of thing. Millie wanted to show me a trap she built for fishing, she said. She built a fish trap. Says it's a hoop net. You know about them? If you're a fisherman, you know about them hoop nets. You read about them. You made them hoop nets. You caught them fish with them hoop nets. Well, Millie built herself a hoop net. I don't know when in the world Millie is getting out on the water. All I know is she got a shelf, because I delivered that, and she got a hoop net. And it's a hot day. I done told you, but it's hot, and I wasn't going to shower. I decided after all this delivery and lawnmower and all that kind of thing, I said to myself, Self, I ain't going to shower, because I had to go right to a softball game against them city workers, PJ McGee and the rest of them. So, I mean, however I smell to go play some adult league softball for Team Burger Shed. That's 8-4-1 so far this season. Not the best, but not the worst. Definitely showing that we got a little bit of skills out on the softball fields. Okay? Definitely showing that. I don't know why, but Cheryl Grubbs showed up to help at the concession stand. She's going to help Mary Beth Tucker. And I didn't know that till I did know that. And Mary Beth decided to do something at the concession stands that she ain't done in a while. You heard me right. She wasn't going to stick to the standard menu. She wasn't going to try not to rock the boat. She had an idea, and she wanted to implement it at the concession stands. And I don't know if she asked nobody or she just thinks she in charge over there. She don't know that it affect my mental state on the field, which could really be bad news for Team Burger Shed and distract other people. You know Myron Curtis, who's dating her, going to get distracted in anything she do over there. He know all about it firsthand anyway because she done told him in advance or something. And so it's already on his mind making noise like that away. I don't know. So you're like, what's she doing, Tavin? Is she burning down the concession stand? Nope. Not doing that again, at least not tonight. She's bringing them hot buttered dinner rolls that's softer than a baby angel's leg. It's her mama's recipe. I mean, they good. She brings them hot, and then they butter them right there. So that butter's all over the place. I mean, you can't open a door handle, a doorknob, nothing in town if you eating these hot butter dinner rolls softer than a baby angel's leg. Them are good. Don't hear me say they ain't. Them are good. But I'm saying, hey, there's a time and place for things. And when you come down and distract Team Burger Shed, when we're in the middle of a playoff push trying to make it to the postseason, that ain't the best call, Mary Beth Tucker. You know what else they distracting. So they really good, but they really distracted. Myron once won. JT Whitlow once won. Cheryl brought some by the dugout, but Rusty Tidwell, he had her wait till the inning was over. We was batting, and he didn't want fellas distracted while we needed to be watching our batter. I mean, Rusty's like that. Y'all know that. He's steady locked in, best athlete on our team. So he had some rules for them hot butter dinner rolls that softer than a baby angel's leg. They couldn't just, waltz right in the dugout like that away. Them city workers, I'll tell you what, tonight on the fields, they went for it. I mean, they was full strength. No sour baloney for P.J. McGee. You know what else is hard to hold after you have a hot butter dinner roll that's softer than a baby angel's leg? A softball bat. That's right. I mean, it felt like our infield was dodging bats all night long. So when I say them city workers went for it, firstly, they went for them hot butter dinner rolls softer than a baby angel's leg at the concession stand before the game. Okay? Nate carried it back over to the dugout with him. They was eating it when the game was starting kind of thing. So all of a sudden, we got bats flying at us. If they hit the ball, that's flying too. But you got a couple things to dodge. Boy, that ain't easy. The rest of us, we waited. Now, I named off a few of our guys that just couldn't wait, at least a couple of them. The rest of us, we waited so we could hold on to the bat. I got an infield single. I stole second in the third inning. PJ was playing second base. He's out there wiping his hands on the softball britches. Butter all over the place, y'all guys. Butter everywhere. He reached down and wiped butter on the second base bag. He wiped it on the bag. Good thing I wasn't on second long, because then I stole third. Don't hear me say that I hate them hot butter dinner rolls softer than a baby angel's leg. That ain't what I'm saying. That ain't true. But I do hate it when Mary Beth Tucker or anybody else messes with the concession stand menu. There's a reason there's one in the first place. Keep it simple. But I also do have to admit that it worked out tonight. Them rolls got in folks' heads. And folks didn't know what to do. And all over folks' hands, too. So them roses in their heads, on their hands. Morton Waddell shuffled over there after the game, hoping they wasn't sold out. See, that's the thing that makes noise, too. You didn't get one, so your hands aren't slipping on the bat or nothing, but now you're thinking, boy, am I going to get one at all tonight, though? Did they all sell out already because everybody tried to rush the concession stand before the game, during the game, in between innings kind of thing? But Mary Beth has learned to hold some back. So everybody from our team that wanted one got one of them soft hot butter dinner rolls that's softer than a baby angel's leg. Everybody that wanted one got one. And you know what else we got? Free snow cones. That's right. Team Burger Shed won 12-6. We doubled them up, y'all guys. We now 9-4-1. And that's how that goes. We played well on the field, and the concession stand didn't do too bad neither. So, I mean, we winning all the way around. It was a good week. I made a little bit of jingle, mowing lawns, made a little bit of noise out on the softball fields like that away. I'll tell you one thing, P.J. McGee looked better than I seen him when he was at that park bathroom. They didn't win, but buddy, if he wasn't losing like he was losing that day, I'll tell you that for sure. But I'm so happy that y'all have joined me on the Tavin Dillard podcast today, but you know I got to wrap it up soon. I got to get on to the next thing, and I know y'all got things to do. Y'all's busy too. It's a busy times of years, but I really do hope y'all are having a great week. I hope you have the great rest of your week like that away. Check them show notes today for all that's going on. The Tavin Cruise stuff, there are going to be a couple links there. You know, one just to check out what the whole cruise is about. Another one's to sign up for that meeting. You know, if you're interested in learning more about it and getting your questions answered, I hope you can make it. I hope you can make time for that. I think it's going to be a hoot of a time. And, you can always check for the other stuff I said, them shirts and the personal video greetings. That's all going to be in the show notes today, too. And you'll also find a way to text message me. You know how to do that, 501-322-6249. I text a lot of people back, just about everybody. I think so. Not everybody needs a text back. But, like people it ain't like a question or a conversation. It's maybe they sharing something that they ate for lunch or whatever. But whatever you feel like, you can holler at me, 501-322-6249. Always email me, tavindillard@gmail.com. And I sure am glad that you spend a little bit of your day with me, a little bit of your week with me. And I hope to connect with you soon. Keep an eye out for that blueberry cake video. And take care of that pumpkin spice if you need to dial it up, this fall. I don't have to have it, That ain't me. I don't have to have the pumpkin spice, but boy, I do want to find the next winning combo. I'm brainstorming over here. And hey, if you ain't a butter-covered bat that's flying all over the infield at the softball fields in town this week, you having a pretty good week. Me, I'm Tavin Dillard. This is the Tavin Dillard Podcast. Till next time, y'all guys. We'll see you later.